All right. Check. All right. Okay, then let's. I think. Well, wait a minute. I'm not quite ready. Thought I was. All right. Now I am ready. All right. Here we go for the second match this evening. Welcome to Academic Challenge. My name is Jim Gifford, your host and moderator. And in this match, we feature teams from St. Joseph and Coloma. WSCM's Academic Challenge features scholastic competition involving high schools from Berrien and Van Buren counties and is sponsored by Waterville Elite Public Schools, Lake Michigan College, Lakeshore Public Schools, and by Chemical Bank. Let's meet the teams first. From Coloma, step up to the microphones, identify yourselves, what grade you're in, and there.
Melina Wilcox, senior.
Jared Evans, junior.
Billy Coleman, senior.
Corey Hamilton, sophomore.
And from St. Joe?
Trevor Greisinger, senior.
Patrick Fisher, junior.
Ryan Faulkner, junior.
And in case you're keeping track at home, you'll notice that St. Joe is working with 3 tonight. So we'll go with that. If somebody else shows up, they're welcome to join us. Here are then the basic rules. During the first and second halves, we'll announce the value of each question before it's asked. When you press your button, please wait to be recognized. There's no consultation. There will be in the 60-second round, but we'll talk more about that later. I'll be your scorekeeper and judge. Alec Heiler will be co-judge, and we'll be asking the questions tonight. So is everybody ready?
See.
Alec, let's get started. St. Joe versus Coloma in Academic Challenge.
All right. The first question will be worth 5 points. These flowers are favored at Christmas because the large flaming...
Trevor, St. Joe.
Poinsettias.
That is correct for 5 points. How do you spell poinsettia?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Poinsettia.
And that is for 10 points. For 20 points, what 19th century political cartoonist gave us our modern visual conception of Santa Claus?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Nast.
For 20 points, yes, that is correct. It's Thomas Nast. For 5 points, Santa Claus is known and travels all over the world, but he began his career at St. Nicholas, in which of the following countries? Greece, Germany, France, Holland, or England?
And Melina from Coloma.
France.
That is incorrect.
Ryan, St. Joe.
Holland.
That is correct for 5 points. For 15 points, his feast day is December 26th, and it was on his day when good King Wenceslas looked out.
Trevor, St. Joe.
St. Stephen.
That is correct for 15 points. For 15 points, the Christmas season has always been a source of inspiration to great composers. I will list 4 seasonal compositions, then 4 composers, and you match them up. Works: The Messiah, The Nutcracker, Amal and the Night Visitors, Christmas Oratorio. Composers: Johann Sebastian Bach, George Frederick Handel, Giancarlo Menotti, Peter Tchaikovsky.
Time.
And Messiah was Handel. Nutcracker was Tchaikovsky. Amal was Menotti, and Oratorio was Bach. For 10 points, she took canvas used to mend farm machinery covers along with some house paint and went to work. Identify this woman who did a series of illustrations for Clement Moore's "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" when she was 100 years old.
Billy, Coloma.
Georgia O'Keeffe.
That is incorrect.
Trevor, St. Joe.
Braun.
That is incorrect. It is Grandma Moses. For 5 points, what is the official language of the Principality of Monaco?
Trevor, St. Joe.
French.
That is correct for 5 points. For 15 points, in terms of pi cubic inches, what would be the volume of a cone having a base of radius 3 inches and a height of 5 inches? In terms of pi cubic inches, what would be the volume of a cone having a base of radius 3 inches and a height of 5 inches?
Trevor, St. Joe.
12 pi cubic inches.
That is incorrect.
Coloma, 5 seconds. Billy?
7.5 pi cubic inches.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is 15 pi cubic inches. For 5 points, they call themselves Inuit, a word which simply means men, a hardy people who live above the Arctic Circle. They carry a name which means eater of raw meat. What is it?
Trevor, St. Joe?
Eskimo.
For 5 points. For 5 points, how many nations border on Cyprus?
Corey, Coloma?
0 or 1, depending on the political representations.
Well, you're going to have to pick one.
pick.
0 if Cyprus owns all of Cyprus, or 1 if Cyprus and Britain hold some ports.
Yeah, it is correct. It's 0.
Or the Turkish Republic
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Cyprus.
0. He's correct for 5 points.
Go ahead, chuckle.
For 15 points, until 1960, Cyprus was a protectorate of what country?
Trevor, St. Joe?
Great Britain.
For 15 points.
I gave that.
For 5 points, which planet has an axis inclination of 25 degrees, a rotational period of 24 hours, 37 minutes?
Ryan, St. Joe?
Mars.
That is correct.
For how
For
many?
5 points. For 10 points, take the number of signs of the zodiac, multiply by the number of inches in a yard, subtract the number of dimes in a dollar, and divide by the number of pints in a quart. What is the correct answer? I'll read that again. Take the number of signs of the zodiac, multiply it by the number of inches in a yard, subtract the number of dimes in a dollar, and divide by the number of pints in a quart. What is the correct answer?
Trevor, St. Joe?
211.
That is correct for 10 points. For 5 points, in 1860 and 1861, daring riders of the Pony Express carried U.S. mail between St. Joseph, Missouri, and this post on the West End. John A. Sutter, Jr. founded this city after thousands of fortune seekers moved to the area looking for gold.
Trevor, St. Joe?
San Francisco.
That is incorrect.
Coloma, 5 seconds. Billy?
Sutter's Mill.
That is incorrect. It's Sacramento, California. For 15 points, according to a popular proverb, what is a game in which the both players always cheat?
Trevor, St. Joe?
The Game of Life.
That is incorrect.
Coloma, 5 seconds. Billy?
Trouble.
No, I do like that game though. It is Love. Sounds like a Prince song or something. For 5 points, the New World's poorest nation shares its home with the Dominican Republic.
Patrick, St. Joe?
Haiti.
That is correct for 5 points. For 20 points, plankton is the name given to microscopic plants and animals that float with water. What name is given to those that swim in the water?
Trevor, St. Joe?
Zooplankton.
That is incorrect.
Coloma, 5 seconds. Jared?
Phytoplankton.
That is incorrect. It's nectin. For 15 points, what does a breeder reactor do that other nuclear power plants do not do?
Trevor, St. Joe?
It cools the radioactive ore with liquid metal.
That is incorrect.
Coloma, 5 seconds to steal. Billy?
Creates radioactive compounds.
No, the correct answer is it actually produces more fuel than it consumes. For 20 points, excuse me, which country administers Christmas Island?
Ryan, St. Joe?
Australia.
For 20 points. For 5 points, when you were born, did you have more bones, water, blood, or lungs than you do now?
Billy, Coloma?
Bones.
That is correct for 5 points. For 20 points, what country was the birthplace of the composers Erno Danyani, Zoltan Kodaly, and Bela Bartok?
Corey, Coloma?
Turkey.
That is incorrect.
Trevor, St. Joe?
Hungary.
That is correct for 20 points. And I apologize about the butchering of the first fella.
Donyani.
Yeah, I was close. For 10 points, President Harding practiced golf shots on the White House lawn. Hoover played medicine ball with his cabinet, and Truman played horseshoes with his friends out back. Identify President Reagan's favorite form of exercise.
Billy, Coloma.
Basketball.
That is incorrect.
Patrick, St. Joe.
Walking.
That is incorrect. That is horseback riding. And that'd be a great visual to see.
This next question will be the final question of the first half.
For 5 points, the Cowboys are playing the Redskins. Dallas has the ball, 1st and 10 on their own 46. Where do they have to go to get a first down?
Patrick, St. Joe.
The 44-yard line of the opposing teams.
That is correct. The Redskins' 44-yard line.
For how many?
For 5 points.
For 5 points. And that will wrap up the first half of today's academic challenge. We'll be back with the score and the 60-second round after this on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest.
Does horseback riding really count as exercise?
I guess-
I know it's. I mean, like
I thought it was splitting wood.
The horse seems to go exercise.
What's your name?
But yeah.
Hey, what's your name?
Yeah. Apparently he was late
I'm
to a
Trevor.
meeting one time.
I saw you on a couple podcasts. You are
It'd be
amazing.
cool if we play basketball.
I will
That'd be cool.
say that.
Oh, and the online stuff?
Yeah.
Nice.
You are amazing, Mr. Trevor.
Thank you.
Just like complimenting my competition.
Thank you.
Maybe they'll feel intimidated. I don't know. That's a great way of intimidation. Great strategy. The Romans would have approved of it.
A little chilly over there, are we?
Complimenting them.
You? Holy moly. You're wearing a sweater and a hat? What the hell?
Well, we only come out.
Yeah,
we gotta come in the next round.
How do you compare the
No, it's then.
I didn't even know.
This was not my game.
Okay.
This is not my
Last
game.
game, yeah, okay.
Man, history. Usually, history's my thing.
Eric comes on any quiz for playing a piece by Donan.
I was like, maybe it was just his pronunciation of the names on that one.
Yeah,
And I
that
guess
was-
Turkey.
Yeah, that was.
Alright, use thoroughly modern.
Well, that's what's also a weird thing about too is
Like I was guessing the Balkan region. Or
Eastern
Turkey.
Europe is like that, you know, like they have a couple Muslim, you know, or.
Yeah, I was like, oh, those had to be
It's
Arabic.
just
or something.
slipped.
Well, I think one was and two were like just Slavic.
And I didn't want to really put any Arabic countries that were poor at the time. I wanted to think
Ready?
Turkey, Ottoman Empire.
Okay. Let's come back and we'll jump into the 60-second round. Everybody at the ready? Here we go. At the end of the first half, the score, St. Joe 145, Coloma 10. And we move on to the 60-second round. Teams, you have 3 categories to choose from. We'll give you 60 seconds to answer as many of the 10 questions as you can. Each is worth 10 points. There's 20-point bonus if you answer all 10 within the time limit. You are encouraged to consult with each other, but the answer must come from the captain. And keep in mind, you may pass if you don't know the answer to a question and you don't want to eat up all your time. After the minute is up, the opposing team has a chance to answer any questions the first team could not. Coloma, you're trailing at the moment. You will have your first choice of these categories: religion, grammar, and state trees. Religion, grammar, and state trees. What do you like?
I'm okay at religion. But I'm not good. I'm okay at it. I'm just not good at all.
Let's do grammar. Grammar?
It's got to be grammar?
Grammar.
You guys don't know your state trees? Come on. All right, grammar it is. And, Alec, if you're ready, we'll put 60 seconds on the clock.
Before you start the timer, I'm going to read the little blurb.
That is fine.
All right, so the grammar, the principal parts of the verb hide are hide, hid, and hidden. And then I'm going to read you 10 words, and you give me the parts of those words. All right?
Does that make sense? You know what you're doing? So hide, hid, hidden is your example for the principal parts of the verb hide. So we'll look for those same principal parts for each of the following words. Alec, whenever you're ready.
The first one is run.
Run, ran, running.
That is incorrect. See.
Seesaw, seen.
That is correct. Seek.
Seek, sought, saw.
That is incorrect. Shake.
Shake, shook, shaken.
That is correct. Shed.
Say it.
Captain?
Pass.
Slut.
Yep, that'll do it. That gives you 2 correct out of that for a total of 20 points. And we'll turn it over to St. Joe to get the ones that were missed and see how far you can go beyond that. Buddy ready?
Yes.
Alec, whatever you are.
C.
They got that one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Run.
Run, ran, run.
That is incorrect. Seek.
Seek, sought, sought.
That is correct. Shed.
Shed, shed, shed.
That is correct. Slay.
Slay, slew, slain.
That is correct. Slide.
Slide, slid, slidden.
That is incorrect. Speak.
Speak, spoke, spoken.
That is correct. Steal.
Steal, stole, stolen.
That is correct. Sting.
Sting, stung. No, sting. Stung. Sting or stung? Sting, stang, stung.
We're not laughing at you, we're laughing with you. That is incorrect.
It is. That one is a sting, stung, and stung.
What was the other one?
And the other one they missed was, did you guys get seek? Was the seek the one you missed? I think it was seek, sought, and sought.
No, we
again.
missed the first one. Run, ran.
Oh, it was run, run, run.
Well, regardless, 5 correct for St. Joe for another 50 points. And that wraps up that part of 60-second round. St. Joe, now you will have a chance at one of the 2 remaining categories, and they are religion and state trees.
We'll take religion.
Going with religion, and we'll have the same routine here, 60 seconds. Coloma, pay attention. You'll have a chance to answer any that they miss. And whenever you are ready with state trees, Alec.
Religion.
Religion.
Or religion.
I said this first one's definitely not about state trees. What religious group was the first to develop and preach the idea of monotheism?
The Jews.
That is correct. Monks live in monasteries. Where do nuns live?
Nunneries.
That is incorrect. In 1961, did the Soviets close all synagogues, churches, or mosques in Moscow?
Synagogues.
That is correct. Most Japanese practice what 2 religions?
Shinto and Buddhism. Shinto and Buddhism.
That is correct. Name the members of the Muslim religious order who are given to frenzied dancing.
Pass.
During what century was the Mormon Church founded?
19th century.
That is correct. On what Sunday does the Christian Holy Week begin?
What's it called? Passover? No. Easter Sunday.
That is incorrect. The sacrament which symbolizes the initiation of a person into the Christian church is called what?
Baptism. No. Confirmation. Are you sure? Yeah. Confirmation.
That is incorrect. What is an enclosed area of a monastery called? Nave, chapel, transept, or cloister?
Cloister.
That is correct.
For 5 correct and another 50 points.
You guys get the bonus? 'Cause I don't.
Let's start the clock again, and Coloma, you will have a chance to answer the ones that were missed. We got to all of them, right?
Good.
We missed one.
Missed one, all right, or the final one that was not answered.
All right, you guys
So
good?
60 seconds. Coloma, at the ready. Here we go.
Monks live in monasteries. Where do nuns live?
Monasteries.
That is incorrect. Name the members of the Muslim religious order who are given to frenzied dancing.
Wasabi.
That is incorrect. On what Sunday does the Christian Holy Week begin?
Pass.
Yeah. That was incorrect. The sacrament which symbolizes the initiation of a person into the Christian church is called what?
Baptism.
That is correct. What religious group was founded on the denial that there are 3 persons in one God?
Hinduism.
That is incorrect. All right, that's all of them.
That wraps up. All right. 1 correct for Coloma for another 10 points.
You want me to read mistakes?
You can do the ones, that they...
Nuns live in convents.
Start with the C.
Whirling dervishes are the members of the Muslim religious group. On what's the Sunday is Palm Sunday. And then Unitarians are the one God.
So that wraps up the 60-second round. We'll check the scores and conclude the game with the next half here on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest.
You had the one, didn't you? The one about the parts of speech of shed.
Yeah,
Okay.
shed. You had it over here, and then you passed
I know it's
on
confusing
it.
to hear, though. It was not her
I
fault.
only hear the S word. That's all I could hear when you guys were talking to me. I'm like, like, I'm not saying that.
It's the one that.
245 to 40.
I was actually impressed with that. The ones that did, like, both sides, because that's kind of an intimidating thing when I just give you the word. I hate those ones when I just give you a word and you're like, what? That's why I try to read the blurb.
Maybe this can go on our school Twitter feed when.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I was like,
Does.
Melina, are you doing the what's going on at Coloma thing?
Yes.
That's you? All right, cool. Trevor?
Fancy.
Trevor's going to come in next with like a poster and a presentation. Kind of one-up, you know?
All right. We're ready? All right. Then let's do this, shall we? Here we go. We don't have any substitutions. Okay. The score at the end of the 62nd round, St. Joe 245, Coloma 40. It's time to find out now a little bit about what's happening at each of our participating schools. We'll start with Coloma and Melina.
Okay, so currently Coloma High School is going through quite an exciting time. We opened up the school year with a renovated high school with a new arts ring, a new auditorium, new science classrooms and labs, a new cafeteria, and a new administration office. And today, Coloma actually hosted the district's annual Veterans Breakfast to honor our local veterans. And recently we held an annual powder puff football game, which raised $2,000 for the Mary Yeager Cancer Fund, and our marching band scored first place at the Hastings Invitational. And it's currently the start of a new marking period and a new winter sports season, and the boys and girls are for basketball and wrestling and bowling have started their conditioning and their practices for the upcoming season. And we'd like to welcome our new superintendent, Peter Bush, to our schools. And tonight we're excited to be here at this academic challenge meet, and we'd like to thank our sponsors, Chemical Bank, LMC, Watervliet Schools, and the Lakeshore Lancers. And as always, we'd like to thank our host, WSJM Radio.
Are you in theater?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That was the most dramatic reading of I've seen yet.
Well, it has to be interesting. No one wants me to
I'm
go
not
on in a
complaining.
monotone.
I'm just saying that was very nice. Thank you, Melina. Trevor, what's going on at St. Joe?
Hello from St. Joe. Many St. Joe students are currently involved in our production of Thoroughly Modern Millie, which will be taking place this weekend in our auditorium. Also this week we have parent-teacher conferences, so our week ends on Wednesday. Senior Jessica Foster beat her own school record at the girls swimming conferences, so congratulations to her. And this academic challenge team will be competing in the Holland tournament this weekend, and we're very excited to that. And we'd also like to thank our sponsors and WSJM for hosting.
Trevor, thank you. We have no substitutions this time around, so let's jump right into the second half of the match between St. Joseph and Coloma. And Alec, whenever you are ready.
All right. For 15 points, a stone altar 30 centuries old was unearthed For 15 points, a stone altar 30 centuries old was unearthed in 1983 on an Israeli mountain where the Bible says what man built his altar after leading the Israelites into the promised.
Trevor, St. Joe.
Moses.
That is incorrect. I can finish the question too. After leading the Israelites into the promised land.
Coloma, 5 seconds. That's time.
And that is Joshua. For 5 points, the Surgeon General's office pronounced in 1983 that the excess mortality experienced from what bad habit is beyond challenging.
Corey, Coloma.
Tobacco.
I can do
That's
that.
correct.
That is correct for 5 points. For 10 points, the Journal of the American Medical Association reports that smoking reduces the amount of blood flow to the brain, thereby increasing the possibility of...
Ryan, St. Joe.
Stroke.
That is correct for 10 points. For 15 points, complete this quotation from Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. Some are born great, some achieve greatness.
Trevor, St. Joe.
Some have greatness thrust upon them.
That is correct for 15 points. For 5 points, he reasoned that since static electricity just charges were attracted to sharp points, lightning might also be. The experiment worked.
Patrick, St. Joe.
Franklin.
That is correct for 5 points. For 10 points, what's the most important use for cowhide?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Drums.
That is incorrect.
Coloma. Billy.
Leather.
You're going to hate yourselves.
And this is for holding cows together.
Oh my God.
Well, you got to get practical.
That
with
is,
it, guys.
that is
We
fundamentally
use cowhide to hold
the
cows
most
together.
important.
That's what we do.
Oh my.
Yeah, so after that, for 5 points, to save the lives of 6 endangered Israeli prisoners of war, Israel in 1983 swapped 4,600 PLO, Lebanese, and other Arab fighters for their release from Tripoli. In this equation, 1 Israeli soldier equals how many Arabs? I'll repeat the question. 6 endangered Israeli prisoners of war for 4,600 PLO. What is the ratio of Israel to...
That is time. Sorry, Billy.
Close. It was 766 or 767. I believe the answer is like in a decimal,
Yeah.
and they can't give quarters of a person.
Yeah.
So.
66666.
So, for 20 points, in 1905, Russia and Japan divided this island following the Russo-Japanese War. Can you identify it?
Corey, Coloma.
Senkai.
That is incorrect.
St. Joe, 5 seconds. Time.
And that is Sakhalin Island.
I had to ask.
For 10 points, a British stronghold during World War II, this Mediterranean island endured heavy German and Italian bombing. The entire population was awarded the George Cross for its courage. Name it.
Trevor, St. Joe.
Malta.
That is correct for 10 points. What is the perimeter of a rectangle that is 52 inches long and 37 inches wide? What is the perimeter of a rectangle that is 52 inches long and 37 inches wide?
Trevor, St. Joe.
178 inches.
That is correct.
For
5 points. For 5 points, it was first established in 1636 by Walloons and Hollanders, became a hamlet in 1646, and absorbed other settlements in the southwest end of Long Island, and today contains about 3 million people. It's a borough of New York adjoining Queens. What is it?
Patrick, St. Joe.
Manhattan.
That is incorrect.
Coloma, 5 seconds. Melina.
Flushing.
That is incorrect. It is Brooklyn.
Oh, I'm going to say something totally different.
For 10 points, Achilles, the greatest hero of the Trojan War, was invulnerable except for his heel. How did he gain his invincibility?
Trevor, St. Joe.
His mother dipped him in the river Styx.
That is correct for 10 points. For 15 points, most of us think of Tom Hoyer and Huck Finn as bosom buddies. However, according to the book, who was the bosom friend of Tom?
Billy, Coloma.
Jim.
That is incorrect.
Trevor, St. Joe.
Joe Thomas.
That is incorrect. It's Joe Harper.
Yeah, whatever his name was. Man.
For 5 points, self-actualization is a term in which branch of medical science?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Neuroscience.
That is incorrect.
Billy, Coloma.
Psychology.
That is correct for 5 points. For 20 points, if 2/3 of the members of a committee voted on a certain measure and passed it by a vote of 26 to 24, what percent of the entire committee voted in favor of the measure? I can repeat the question. If 2/3 of the members of a committee voted on a certain measure and it passed by a vote of 26 to 24, what percent of the entire committee voted in favor of the measure?
Trevor, St. Joe.
52%.
That is incorrect.
Coloma, 5 seconds. Molina,
66%.
No, that is 35, and I could have also accepted 34. Maybe guess you couldn't round or something if they thought that. For 10 points apiece, I'll name the kings, and you'll tell me to which English ruling house they belonged. It will be to your advantage to remember the houses for later on. Of which house were Richard I, Edward I, and Richard II members of?
Trevor, St. Joe.
York.
That is incorrect.
Coloma,
Oh, wait.
5 seconds. Time.
And that was
Plantagenet.
Plantagenet.
Okay, I was going to guess Lancashire.
Henry IV, Henry V, and Henry VI.
Patrick, St. Joe.
Stewart.
That is incorrect.
Coloma, 5 seconds. Corey,
Habsburg.
That is incorrect. That was Lancashire. Edward IV, Edward V, and Richard III.
Patrick, St. Joe.
Stewart.
That is incorrect.
Coloma. Time.
That one is York.
Patrick, you want to move your mic up a little? Just there you go.
Yeah, it keeps like slipping down.
Charles I, James I, Charles II. And
Billy, Coloma.
Stewart.
that is correct. For 10 points. To which house did Henry VII, or Henry VII, Henry VIII, and Elizabeth?
Tudor.
Molina.
The Tudors.
That is correct. For 10 points. Now that is over. Question 46 through 48. Let's see how much you know about the Olympics. Let's. For 5 points, what word comes from the Greek meaning 10 events?
Patrick, St. Joe.
Decathlon.
For 5 points. For 10 points, for the 1984 Summer Olympic Games, only 2 new sports facilities needed to be built, a swimming pool and a velodrome. You know what a swimming pool is. For what type of event?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Cycling.
That is correct. For 10 points. For 15 points, the Olympics, or the early Olympics, were halted in AD in 394 because the athletes weren't happy with the olive wreath prizes. The modern-day Olympic Games were started in what year?
Trevor, St. Joe.
1896.
For 15 points. The next questions will be about 1984. The book. For 5 points, in George Orwell's book 1984, who was always watching?
Big Brother.
That is correct. For 5 points. Who was Eric Arthur Blair?
Trevor, St. Joe.
George Orwell.
That is correct. For 10 points. Who was the protagonist of 1984?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Winston Smith.
That is correct. For
Four.
20. For that was for 15 points. And then for 20 points, Winston Smith lives in what country and works for what government department?
Billy, Coloma.
London in the inner department.
That is incorrect.
St. Joe, Trevor.
The country is Airstrip 1, and he works in the Ministry of Truth.
The Ministry of Truth is correct, but it's actually Oceania.
Oceania.
Yeah, okay.
Close.
I remember now.
Yes.
This next question will be the final question of the second half and of the match.
What is the state flower? Or what state has this as its state flower? The Oregon grape.
Patrick, St. Joe.
Oregon.
That is correct.
For how many points?
For 5 points.
Right there.
That. Wild guess.
Nice touch. Well, that wraps it up. That's the end of today's academic challenge match. We'll tabulate the scores and announce the winners after this on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest.
That's why I stuttered on that. I didn't know how to read it
we learned it
without
today.
trying to do that.
Also,
one of those
Wow.
small that have one comma. Oh, I was trying to punctuate it myself.
And
At the same time. I usually read it through these,
I
but
know.
Like I buzzed in
Theater.
as soon as he buzzed in.
I thought for a second it was about
this one, Josh.
second there, I thought he was going to give a question where the answer was for.
So that's why I couldn't read it.
I buzzed in. We all buzzed in on that one.
That was a math question.
Let me know when, Lewis.
So angry when.
Great job, guys.
Thanks.
You
too.
That one, the math question with the 2/3, I was like, this is going to be cool. It's not going to be a math question. No. Like, I thought I was going to do something with civics. Last match, I got mostly U.S. history and civics, which was nice.
Who'd you guys play last
Richmond.
Richmond.
Did you guys win?
They won by what? 60?
Something around there. It was 95 to 165.
60 to 90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something like
Ready?
that.
All right.
165.
Let's bring it back, and then we'll let you go. We are back on WSJM's Academic Challenge to announce today's winner and thank our sponsors. The winners by a score of 360 to 75. The team from St. Joe. How about a nice hand for the St. Joe Bears? Congratulations, and thank you all for joining us on WSJM's Academic Challenge, brought to you by Lake Shore Public Schools, Lake Michigan College, Waterville Elite Public Schools, and by Chemical Bank. And we invite you to join us again next time when Countryside Academy and New Buffalo go head-to-head on Academic Challenge. Thank you.